What is up, everyone, and welcome. We are here for the final match on stream. We have Paper Boats going against Pro Air. So, an exciting match for sure. We have Banny, Froyo Banny himself, with Daffodil going against sighguy and May. I think this is going to be such a great match to look at. I am really excited for this one.
Yeah, same here. I'm super excited. We saw an amazing match between sighguy and May, and I believe it was like MH3 and Pew Pew. So we saw some great stuff already come out from sighguy and May for the Team Pro era. So I'm excited to see what they can do against the Team Paper Boats here in this final match as we're getting started.
Yeah, so the match is starting. I think this is going to be so exciting to see, obviously some amazing stellar players going head-to-head for the final match on stream, and I think this is going to be such a great one to watch. So we already see that, Banny is trying to take that control, may a bit separated from their soldier, so sighguy is taking a lot of damage. sighguy obviously a bit nervous trying to go into this, doing their best, but sighguy is going to fall down to the rocket, and May also following suit as well.
Keep in mind, both of these teams are actually undefeated right now, 4-0, 100% win rate. So this is it. We're going to see who will break the other's win streak here, as Banny once again able to clean up sighguy as he goes in for his med. And now Banny looking very good right now. Already 30 seconds on the cap time. Looks like, I believe, May. Oh yeah, May comes up with sighguy here, and they're going to get back on point. Siguy's playing very aggressive, going to go straight for Banny. He's going to jump right back up on that pillar, though. They're playing very aggressive. Sai going in for those shots, getting great surfs as well. He's going to get Daffodil, but going to go down to Banny, as Banny is also going to try to finish off May here. May trying to survive, but is not going to be enough. Banny once again lives there. Now already a minute on the cap time.
Yeah, some great stuff. Definitely a Banny-esque moment indeed. I love to see all of this stuff happening on the side of Paper Boats. But then again, I think Pro Era definitely has what it takes to possibly even take a round, or let alone actually get the point here, as they do some amazing stuff. Sidely, sighguy is going to be going down.
Wow.
But Daffodil, 2 frags in a row with the... Dude, the Uber saw. Oh my god.
Wow,
absolutely insane. What
amazing 2 frags from Daffodil there, as they get full Uber, and Sai is now forced to play very aggressive here, going for the med. Is Daffodil going to get forced here? Sai is going for it. He's going to be able to get it, as now Banny is going to maybe try and clean up here, but they are actually taking it very slow. Banny's just going to take this time to reload and go right back in on Sai. Sai is taking a lot of damage here. He's actually going to go down, and May hits the kill bind. Banny once again wins that fight. Keep it for now almost 2 minutes.
Yeah, they're looking to just dominate, just keep the momentum going. Some seriously great stuff coming out of these guys, as we see sighguy once again trying to approach, having a tough time getting that damage. May is super weak. May is going to be going down, as it's just up to sighguy to possibly stop this, but he can't do it. Banny just has that point presence, and on top of that, Daffodil just doing an excellent job on the support. Banny just staying constantly at 300 health, hardly taking any damage. Just the movement right here from Daffodil, just baiting for sighguy to go off of that. We are going to see them sadly go down, as we see sighguy stand on top of Daffodil, and we finally see Banny die, as sighguy and May have a chance to get the cap, and not only that, but just take a second to breathe, because they finally are at a point where they're the ones that aren't having to aggress.
Excellent play from sighguy there. You saw he went straight for Daffodil, was able to catch them out, but now Banny once again trying to get back in, but Daffodil's sitting on 7 health. Siguy's not going to be able to get the kill here, trying to get those shotgun shots off. Banny is super low. He's actually going to take Banny out, and now he's going to go for the cleanup, hopefully on Daffodil here to be able to finish it off. Oh my goodness! Daffodil's actually going to get an Uber saw on sighguy and take him out there, and now it is up to May to have to retreat, as Banny comes right out of spawn and takes that space. No, they're actually both going to back up here as Sai just gets up. It looks like they're just going to go for a reset here, but I mean, insane saw by Daffodil there.
Yeah, seriously, just what a stellar play coming out of Daffodil. And on top of that, just these guys are trying to stay in and keep that momentum going. We see that Sai is just, doing everything they can to kill any player on the side of Paper Boats, but having a really tough time doing it despite how low they are. But then again, May was down, so I can understand why completely. But still, I mean, just the dominance coming out of Froyo, or not Froyo, I'm sorry, Paper Boats. Froyo, Banny, and Daffodil doing some amazing work.
Danny getting a lot of shots off on here. Has the high ground. He's going to be able to take Sai out already. And May, once again, actually not going to kill Bind here. Nope. They're going to take their L there and get ready to respawn as Sai comes out. Get ready for no, Bandy's going in. Bandy's playing aggressive. Not even going to let Sai have any room to breathe here. But Sai's going to jump up here. Bandy not even going to go for the air shot. Sai's going for the force and is going to be able to get it here as Bandy is now going to walk forward and try to get this cleanup. But Sai is going to attempt to kite this. No, Bandy's just going to use this. He's going to play super defensively. He doesn't have to go for the frags. He's just going to play the point only, which is really, really smart.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all you have to do in a situation like this. They're just doing, you know, exactly what they have to do. Daffodil is going to be going down. Bandy tries to jump in and save the day, but he can't do it alone. He has to wait for his teammate, so they'll be up in a couple seconds, ready to push once more. But on the side of Pro Era, they have about 70%, so if they stay alive, if they're able to keep May up, this could prove to be, you know, the hold that they could dream of. You know, they have a lot of time that they have to make up for. You know, thankfully they did get Banny, and they're about to get Uber, and now with Daffodil down, I mean, they have total ad.
Yeah, this is looking very, very good for Pro Air right here. This could be the chance for them to bring their time back down towards where Paper Boats made theirs. They already have 3 minutes 30 on the cap time. And you see Banny gets air shot there by Sai. He's going to get completely denied right there as Daffodil tries to go for a last-ditch saw, but they're going to be able to clean it up here still, not even having to use their Uber yet. This is very, very good for Pro Era.
They're having such a tough time getting that force. You know, Banny sadly getting stopped, not able to manage that play. We see Daffodil just stay in, a monster. Look at them. They got so many swings onto sighguy. But, you know, sighguy ultimately having the explosive power of the rocket launcher, they're going to stop them. But I do really like the attempt out of Daffodil right there. The air shot, look at that. Oh! What a beast! Banny doing a nice air shot onto May, actually dropping the med. That is huge!
Oh!
And then Daffodil!
Daffodil gets the he's going to do the trade!
What?
The trade! That... Where do we even begin? Where do we even begin? So much stuff just happened in the past 9 seconds. Banny air shots and dropped May and then Daffodil gets the trade on Sai as well with some of the Uber saws. But we're just going to get right back into it here. Sai trying to get as much damage as he can off on a Banny. Actually going to take him out once again. And they're going to be able to take this point back as Daffodil's just going to play slow, try to get the arrows, maybe try and get some saws. But no, unfortunately, they are going to have to stagger their spawns as Banny is going to play super slow here. But Sai's going to take the advantage of the stagger spawns here. Nope, never mind. He's going to go back and stay on that point, play it super safe. All he wants is that cap time to bring it down back to even.
So Banny is pushing in once more. He has to get control of that point. Although they do have the advantage, that is an advantage they want to keep. So they have to make sure that they get any possible frag here. It looks like an opportunity to get the soldier, so they do manage to take down sighguy, and then the medic is going to go down as well. So Banny and Daffodil looking pretty good on the side of Paper Boats. They have about 1 minute and 10 seconds left here on the clock, so things are looking pretty good for them. It's just a matter of them holding. They have that ad. They have to make sure that they hold on to it. They cannot lose Daffodil no matter what. So it's looking really tough as Daffodil, you know, playing around Banny, doing everything they can as sighguy just trying to go in, trying to finish off that kill. They got a bit of damage onto Daffodil, but it looks like they want to focus for Banny here. You know, that's the explosive player that they want to stop. Though Daffodil does take some damage. Daffodil is going to be going down. That gives May about 50 ad right here as they have to worry about that. And Banny is going to be going down to sighguy as well.
Insane air shot from Sai. They're completely denying Banny. They're going to be able to take this point back and hopefully hold it for as long as they did before. But the time is ticking down. Both players are going to be looking to play more aggressive here and do everything they can to get this point back as the time winds down. And Daffodil gets 2 Uber saws on Sai and takes him out with Banny. This is going to be huge for Paper Boats as now they both have the point and the Uber advantage to hold for the next 35 seconds. Can they hold this for the rest of the round?
That's all they have to do right now is just hold for about 30 more seconds, Sir Jaden. They have to make sure that they do a really good job of watching out. They're playing this very carefully. They have the Uber, so it's just a matter of them using whenever necessary. But it looks like they're not gonna have to use that quite yet. Daffodil is taking a bit of damage, but definitely not anything too crazy or significant. May trying to go in for those saws, a last-second effort to possibly save this, but it's not going to be the case as b4nny and Daffodil on the side of Paper Boats are looking to close this out. They did have a bit of cap time to worry about, so they did have to recapture the point. That's something I didn't even notice. It was just so quick, but here comes the Uber charge, about 7 seconds left. Here comes the invincibility. They're going to be using that, and that is going to be the play to win them the round.
Super close match, I must say, and so many amazing, and this is what I was expecting, and I love to see it. So many crazy shots coming out from both these soldiers, and these crazy plays coming out from these medics as well. Daffodil, I gotta give a round of applause to for the aggression that they showed, especially in these uber saw pushes. Ooh, almost goes for it again, but b4nny's gonna get that kill and gonna be able to clean them up for a good start here. Starting off for Paper Boats, really good for them.
Yeah, Daffodil just such a wow. I mean, amazing player. I was looking at their stream a bit earlier throughout the tournament, you know, just watching them, listening to the comms bit, and I've got to say, such a smart player.
Looks like we're going in here. Both players trading shots. b4nny trying to keep control of that platform, but they're both trying to take control of it. Sigh's going for the aggressive here, gonna get popped up. He's gonna have to slow down, but b4nny's getting some amazing directs off on him. May also down to half health, but now b4nny and Daffodil are low, and unfortunately, Daffodil is gonna go down a little bit too aggressive there, and Sigh is gonna be able to take it right back from them. Only 30 seconds for Paper Boats there as Pro Era takes that point back.
It's really good for Pro Era to take that early, as we do see b4nny aggressive yet again. So they have to make sure that they do this as smart as possible. Try not to take any unnecessary damage, as that could be very crucial for how they come into this next fight. But with the fight still going on, you know, they do have that uber advantage. We see a nice air shot hit by Sigh onto b4nny. So b4nny, you know, having to stay down just a little bit longer, probably more than he would like to, as he wants to play for that point. He wants to get those kills. So finally the uber charge does come out. Let's see if they're able to get a kill off of it. It's going to be Daffodil all alone trying to stay up, but they can't do it. b4nny goes in for the bomb, trying to distract those players with the uber now out. Let's see what they're able to do, as b4nny is super low and manages to get air shot. Amazing shot by sighguy.
sighguy just showing that he can absolutely deny b4nny as he tries to get on this. And oh my goodness, getting juggled once again by Sigh as he just gets completely wiped out there. Daffodil actually going to get 2 saws on sighguy, but it's not going to be enough as they clean him up very well here. Sigh and May taking a very sizable time lead here over Paper Boats. So I'm expecting to see something happen here. Hopefully b4nny will be able to take it back. He's trying his darndest, but he's so low, trying to get the arrow. Daffodil's actually gonna finish Sigh off with the saw. Is he gonna be able to take out May here though? This could be so unfortunate. Daffodil goes down. May survives, but b4nny is not having it. b4nny is going in, goes straight for the force, which is very good for them. Thankfully, b4nny was not going to let them have that uber advantage, and now is going to be back to even as they go in for a second chance to get this point back.
I love that play earlier from May. Just some awesome stuff from them. You know, just keeping calm during what seems like such a scary spot to be in. We see b4nny get taken out once again, and then there's the kill bind from Daffodil, of course. But we do have to, you know, look out for what's going to happen throughout this game. You know, May has about 50%, you know, 45 ad onto Daffodil, and we do see Daffodil go down once again, so they're going to have even more going into this. But b4nny all alone, May looking to go for a saw, but sighguy, you know, obviously opting to just finish the player off, because b4nny is somebody you do not want to keep alive, especially in a situation like this where they could seriously make some dangerous plays against your team. And since your team is, you know, small, it's just you two, you got to be very smart about how you continue this out. So we see b4nny trying to go in. b4nny does manage to get the force though, so he does back up. Daffodil sadly dies. I believe b4nny did use a kill bind there as well, so they are going to try to spawn at the same time, or at least very close to it. So they're back up, ready to go in. Things are pretty even for them in terms of ad, and it's just b4nny and Daffodil looking to get some more time on the clock for their side.
Yeah, it looks like they only have 2 minutes to work with here, as Sigh is held on to this point for so long now. Keep in mind, Paper Boats still has only gotten 30 seconds on the timer since this round started, so hopefully they'll be able to bring it back. But oh my goodness, May going in to try to finish b4nny off. Can actually get the back up. You're going for the 2v1, gets the saw on Daffodil as well, trying to back up, just barely staying alive. But unfortunately, b4nny is going to pick May off as they finally take that point back. Hopefully they'll be able to hold it and bring the times back down to even, because they are on a pretty huge time deficit here. But Sai jumps up. He's not happy. Oh my goodness. Oh! Amazing 1-2. The rocket straight to the shotgun shot to finish off Daffodil as well as b4nny. Taking, just completely wiping them out in less than 10 seconds. He said, nope, I'm taking this point right back. And now with only a minute and a half left for Paper Boats, and then b4nny gets a double air shot straight off the spawn as sighguy completely denies him.
What a play from sighguy! Look at that! 2 air shots in a row, manages to get the shotgun finished onto b4nny, and then manages to do the same exact thing to Daffodil! An explosive play, so fantastic, so bombastic! Look at this guy, absolutely killing it right here, going again for b4nny. sighguy manages to get the shot onto them. May sadly does go down throughout the fight. Daffodil just trying to hang on for life, but Daffodil can't do it alone. They're getting taken out by Sai as May comes back into the fight to heal up their soldier. I think they're going to make things 1-1 here.
I am expecting to see it happen, but you never know. As you know, these fights can turn around in an instant, but oh my goodness, Sai just getting an amazing rocket there on Daffodil and then able to finish b4nny off. He is completely dominating this round, and it looks like it's not going to stop. Only 30 seconds left for Paper Boats here. They really don't have any time left here. This is pretty much their last chance to be able to bring this back. But oh my goodness, Sai just taking direct. But Teferi is actually going to take sighguy out, and they're going to be able finally to clean up Pro Era and take this point back. Now they have to hold for 4 minutes straight, however, so this is going to be very, very difficult for Paper Boats here. They're going to have to survive against sighguy's very, very aggressive playstyle for who knows how long. This is going to be difficult. Will they be able to do it? But oh no, b4nny already goes down, and then they're going to get quickly cleaned up once again by Sai and May, and they're going to take that point back as the clock ticks down. 5 seconds left. This is their last chance. b4nny going in for a last-ditch effort, getting those rockets off, actually going to bully sighguy off the point. sighguy's trying to get back in, but he's getting completely juggled and gets him taken out there as May goes in for a saw. And now b4nny and Daffodil have it back once again.
They have that ad surge, and an amazing job for them being able to take that back within such short notice, causing a bit of overtime on the clock. But then again, that's exactly what you need to do, be able to salvage this. They want to keep that round. You know, as we all know, b4nny is not a fan of losing, so he's going to do everything he can to stay in, especially with Daffodil on the backup, such a fantastic med to be able to work with. We see Paper Boats trying to go in against Pro Era. sighguy is super low. sighguy is going to go down to the shotgun. We see that May tries to push up, b4nny backing up, but then finally has the rocket to finish off May. This is such a close match. It's such an exciting final match for us to watch as we see sighguy and May come back in once again, the deadly duo. Try to push in. We see b4nny hit the air shot, manage to get lots of damage on the side, though we do see lots of air shots being exchanged. We see b4nny take outside with the shotgun, manage to do the same to May. They have about 3 minutes left to work with. Can they push through this endurance round? This is going to be so hell. It's like walking on glass for these guys. Are they able to tough it out for 3 more minutes?
This is going to be tense. Oh my goodness, b4nny hitting some insane directs on sighguy here as they're both just trading rockets. They're going to pop the Uber here. Hopefully they'll be able to clean sighguy and May up, going straight for May. Yep, he's going to get May there, which is going to be really good. They're going to keep the Ubers even, but Sai is trying to weasel around the map here, trying to get away from b4nny, but he's not going to be enough, and now they're forced to wait for the respawns. b4nny once again now with only 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. Will they be able to do it? They're doing very, very well right now, but this could change at any moment. All Sai needs is a really, really good fight here, but oh my goodness, an amazing direct coming out, but he's gonna get b4nny, and now it's up to Daffodil, but it's not gonna be enough. Sai is gonna be able to take the first round there with May, and is now even 1-1.
Wow, what a second round. I mean, that was so close. You know, we almost saw on the side of Paper Boats that they were able to bring that back. They brought it down to about 2.5 minutes, a little bit less than that. So some excellent stuff, but we have the third round. Now that we know that sighguy and May are capable, let's see what they're able to do. Sadly, we do see Daffodil go down in the fight, so b4nny is left alone. So on the side of Paper Boats, they do go down in this first fight, but now that we know that, I mean, like I was saying, you know, Pro Era can do this. What's going to be going on the side of Paper Boats? You know, what are they wondering? What's the strategy? How are they going to change things up? I'm really curious to see how this will play out.
Sai just, oh my goodness, hitting almost every rocket on b4nny here. He is The precision is insane coming from Sai right now, and it's showing because he has control of the point. The time is ticking down. Once again, b4nny is forced to fight for this. Sai getting popped up, however. They're both trading rockets, so they're playing very, very slow right now. But b4nny, oh my goodness, gets juggled by Sai there as he's forced to move over. Sai going in for the finish. He's going to be able to do it. Daffodil's going for everything they can, but it's not going to be enough. Sai and Mei doing amazing right now with that full point control, as well as the uber charge. It is now up to Paper Boats to get that force as they walk out here. Sai once again. Daffodil's already very low. b4nny's going to get air shot once again, but he's going to be able to surf the rocket and get the force.
An excellent job getting that force. I've got to say, you know, sadly, you know, we did see that Daffodil was really low, but it was all worth it because they managed to get the force onto Mei, so things are looking even for Paper Boats and Pro Era as they go into yet another fight for the point here. They already have about a minute on the point on the side of Pro Era, so it's up to Paper Boats to do everything they can to stop it. We see b4nny try to go for some shots, but he keeps getting propped up, having a bit of a hard time trying to balance here, trying to stand his ground. Let's see what b4nny does, trying to go around. He's taking a bit of damage. Sadly, he's not going to live. It's just up to Daffodil, who's trying to get a saw. They try to surf away, but they can't do it.
Sai and Mei just doing amazing right now. They already have almost 2 minutes on the clock here as b4nny goes in yet again for another jump. He's just not able to get that high ground. He's not able to hit these shots. Sai's rockets are completely insane, almost predicting where b4nny's gonna go, and Sai's just putting out so much damage and keeping b4nny off of that platform. But they're gonna get the force there, and they're gonna get the cleanup as b4nny and Daffodil killbind. But luckily for them, they get the force, and it is once again even. But I mean, Sai and Mei already have 2 minutes and counting on this point, so b4nny and Daffodil have to act quick here. They need to get this point. They are losing time.
Yeah, so obviously on the side of Paper Boats, they have a lot to worry about at the moment. They have to worry about the fact that they now have disad, but on top of that, you know, they have 5 whole minutes of time that they need to make sure that, you know, they got to worry about the objective first and foremost. So it's really tough for them to be able to do that, especially with Sai, you know, causing a lot of pressure, doing a lot of damage, knockback, you name it. Sai's been doing it to these guys on the side of Paper Boats. So I want to see Paper Boats possibly act quick, possibly turn things around, make this to be a bit more of an even match, but we are going to see b4nny go down. It's just up to Daffodil, who's only 70 health, and Daffodil is going to be going down to the shotgun on the side of sighguy once again. But they're looking to dominate on the side of Pro Era. I think that they want to keep this momentum going. They have that point. Let's not change that anytime soon.
The momentum is strong for them, but b4nny is going to once again be able to get the force. He might actually be able to kite this, but Sai is trying not to let him. b4nny trying to stay alive. Oh, he's unfortunately going to go down. But now it's up with now a minute and 55 left for Sai and Mei to hold this. That's all they need to win this. But b4nny goes in and gets denied immediately by Sai from the air shot. b4nny getting completely pushed back all the way to the edge of the map as Daffodil is going to get hurt as well. sighguy just proving to be a completely dominant force. The momentum is insane from this team right now. It looks like they're unstoppable.
Yeah, it's really hard, you know, for Daffodil to be able to heal b4nny so much because Sai's just dishing out so much of that damage, so much splash damage, you know, knockback, all of that stuff. It's really hard for Daffodil to be able to keep that up, as we do see the team players, you know, take a bit of their own 1v1s here, but sadly b4nny is going to be losing his, trying to go against Mei. So Mei is going to be taken out from Daffodil, but then again, Sai was still alive to get the cleanup onto Daffodil. So with about a minute left, this is proving to be so difficult for Froyo. Or not Froyo, I'm sorry, Paper Boats. Froyo, b4nny, and Daffodil. Are they able to do it?
Looks like Paper Boats has control of the platform here, but Sai is going to try to contest it. This is one of Paper Boats' last chances to get this point back, but Sai's directs keep popping b4nny up and keep pushing him off of that platform. Sai is just proving that his rockets are just more consistent. They're doing more damage. They're causing more knockback. And he's just able to bully b4nny off so much more easily, and it's proving to work as b4nny is now sitting on pretty little health. But Sai is actually going to go down. b4nny now with control of the point. Mei going to go for some uber saws, but it's not going to be enough. Gonna have to go for the kill bind. But
the
now
air shot. No, that was the air shot. Daffodil
was it
got an
the air shot from Daffodil?
Wow. Okay, so they have the ad. Are we really gonna see them save this? Was this all a bait? Was this all a show on the side of Paper Boats? We're about to find out as we see yet another engagement from these players.
Ooh, May is gonna go down once again. But oh my goodness, b4nny gets dropped on the Uber. This might be the end for Paper Boats. Will b4nny be able to make it back before Daffodil goes down and they cap the point? Looks like Size. No, they're just going to wait for the spawns. They're going to play it slow. But now this is Paper Boats. One of their last chances to be able to get this back. They're going to jump in here. But Size says, no, I'm going straight for the med. Daffodil goes down immediately. But b4nny's going to be able to pick up sighguy. And is also going to be able to pick up May to get this point back with only 10 seconds left. This is their last chance to hold. They need to defend this with their life. They cannot mess up once. And they have to hold this for 4 whole minutes. Can they do it?
Over 4 minutes with these guys just trying to play around. It's looking to be so difficult. b4nny and this team players on Paper Boats so scared. They have to be so careful about how they manage this situation. We are seeing Daffodil go down, unfortunately, as we see b4nny try to take this 2v1, but he can't do it by himself. It's going to be going to sighguy and May on the side of Pro Era. Pro Era taking it 2-1 against Paper Boats.
Insane match set. So much to talk about, so many crazy plays. I mean, where do we even begin? The amount of stuff that happened. And the amount of air shots, just, I mean, both these teams just came up. They just came through and gave us so much action, so much amazing plays, so many amazing shots. That was so much fun to watch.
I agree. I mean, what a great final match to watch on stream. You know, obviously some great players. I don't think there was, you know, a single moment where we were just like, all right, what's going to happen? I think that whole entire set was just full of hype, full of excitement. I think the upset from Pro Era was fantastic, as Pro Era, you know, did win that 2-1 against Paper Boats. But yeah, I mean, both those teams before this one were actually undefeated, so they were both 4-0 before this, so really cool to see that Pro Era is going to be taking this 5-0. Some awesome stuff from them. What a crazy bracket run.
Seriously, that was some insane stuff. I'm so glad to be able to see these two insane players, all of these players, just duke it out on these maps, and seeing all the kinds of crazy stuff they can do and all the kinds of crazy plays that they can make against each other. But we're going to take a look at the logs here. Let me get them up.
Wow, I've got to say, looking at the logs, sighguy, like, how could you be any how you could not be any more satisfied? 67-24.
67-24 against yet another team that was also undefeated. I mean, we saw in Sai's previous match, he did this well, and I mean, in this match, in the previous match, it was kind of where we saw Sai did very well, but it was actually a pretty close match. But I mean, on this match, for those last 2 rounds, Sai just proved to be such a dominant force and was able to deny b4nny and Daffodil on almost every jump, and it was insane to see.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, just we saw a lot of air shots come out of sighguy as well, so that definitely was a huge factor. But I think what a lot of people have noticed in chat, and just ourselves as well, is that they were able to keep that point control on the side of Pro Era. They had that point control, you know, and because of that, you know, it, by default, kind of gave them a bit of high ground as well. So it was really hard for them to come up, especially with sighguy just not even opting to kill b4nny every time, but just quite literally push him off the point. So b4nny was kind of in a situation where he had to try to come onto the point over and over and over, and that just slowly whittled him, you know, and eventually he would succumb, and they took the game 2-1. So
yeah, I 100% agree. You know, Sai's capability of just being able to bully b4nny off of that point so effectively. It was almost like every single rocket Sai shot, it was just able to push b4nny off of that. And Sai being able to keep control of that platform really helped him a lot, and was able to keep him in control of almost the entire fight. But I also want to say, Daffodil with 10 kills on med. I got to give it up for Daffodil. I really love seeing how aggressive Daffodil got during some of those fights, and was able to get a lot of good Uber saws and a lot of good arrows. And I also have to give it up for May as well for being able to do the same thing. I mean, we got to give it up for the medics too. They're doing a lot. They have to be good at aiming their arrows. They have to be consistent, and they also to have the confidence to be able to go in for Uber saws like that is insane.
yeah, Daff, I mean, seriously, the damage output from them was really good. Sadly, it wasn't able to, you know, give them the set victory, but I still think regardless, I think, you know, Daffodil was doing a fantastic job as medic, and on top of that got some serious damage. 10 frags, like you said, going 10 and 35 as medic. That's really good. That is, I mean, you couldn't ask for more in a situation like that. But then again, you know, GG's to Pro Era. They did take that 2-1. GG's to Paper Boats as well for, you know, doing their best, doing some good stuff. So they did manage to get themselves third place. So I think that's really good.
Yeah, that was super fun to watch, and hopefully, I mean, I get to see it again because, like I said, just so many awesome plays coming out from both of these teams, and so much awesome stuff to watch. Once from all of these players, just the skill involved and all the stuff that goes into it, even in a mode such as simple as Ultiduo, it's just so fun to watch how crazy it can get, even with just 4 people.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are going to be switching things over, you guys. Again, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. These were some fun matches once again. A huge thanks to all the people within the TF2 production team. Looster especially for doing such an awesome job on the production. Looster, thank you again. Some awesome stuff we saw from you. But on top of that, you know, shout outs to my buddy Jaden. And once again, I'm Connykins. Jaden, if there's anything you'd like to say, you know, some shout outs at all, feel free to do it.
No, I'd just like to shout out, you know, everyone who helped me get on here. I'd like to shout out Connor for giving me this opportunity to cast. And I mean, thank you all for having me. It was super fun.
Awesome. So we are going to be switching things over to CappingTV, guys. Make sure you go over to that channel as we're about to give them an awesome raid. So stick around. Watch Team Fortress TV raid CappingTV. We'll be on with some matches soon.